Hello, my name's Aaron. This is my wife, Janet. And in June 2009, I was diagnosed with a grade 4 glioblastoma multiforme. It took 4 grand mal seizures for them to decide to scan my brain, and they obviously found it after my 4th grand mal. The prognosis given originally, and this was post a successful tumor resection that was mapped out and through MRI imaging and mapping. It was a successful resection. The tumor was tested, and it came back as a grade 4 glioblastoma. The original prognosis was they gave me 6 to 18 months to live. That was with treatment. And the original treatment plan involved 2 chemotherapy agents, Temodar and Avastin, as well as before the year-long treatment on those, it was a 6-week, 5-day-a-week radiation plan on a light dose of Temodar. And then that was to be followed up by a 12-month round of both Avastin and Temodar, 1 week on, 3 weeks off. We pushed for a second opinion, and we were sent to Duke University in North Carolina. They saw the tumor, they looked at it, and they took out the addition of the Avastin. And so we did the protocol by the medical book for the 6 weeks of radiation and light chemo, and then a full year, 1 week on, 3 weeks off of just the Temodar chemotherapy agent. Because of the fact that we weren't given a lot of hope from the medical community, although we were given a lot of good care, just not a lot of hope, we looked elsewhere. And as we did our research, contacted people all over the place. My wife probably read 100 books or more and researched 10 times that online. We found some commonalities in treatment that was working for people with my sort of situation. And many of those treatments dealt with boosting the body's natural immune system and killer cells, and it also dealt with detoxifying the body. So we'd like to share with you some of the things that we did to Jen did all the research, and so some of the things that stuck out to us as working, we'll explain to you.
I also just want to add in that we did not only consult a lot of books, a lot of research, but we also had one of Aaron's doctors, his radiation oncologist, consulted an herbologist that he went to school with, and he helped us also come up with the different herbs that we used to help with his treatment. So the first thing that we want to talk about outside of the conventional treatment that we did was we came up with a diet for Aaron while he was going through treatment, and we immediately decided to go with an all organic diet. We cut out sugar. He was drinking a ton of water, and he was eating a lot of organic fruits and vegetables.
Yeah. The other thing we had found out before is that I had a vitamin D deficiency. This isn't tested for a lot, but it was noted in some of our research that low levels of vitamin D were connected with a higher cancer risk. And so I was on a daily supplement of high-dose vitamin D.
We, in our research, found out that a multivitamin would be a good addition to what he was taking. Multivitamin is a good addition to really any regimen that you're on, whether you're going through something or not. It's really good. And then also AHCC is one of the supplements that was recommended specifically by the herbologist that we consulted with. And it stands for active hexose correlated compound. It's a compound that's produced from shiitake mushrooms, and it increases natural killer cell function. And that is actually a supplement that is used a lot in Japan.
Yeah. A second part of nutrition we used was something called a wellness complex, and it was a variety of herbs that had immune boosting properties that we read a lot about, had been thoroughly used and researched.
Another supplement that we used was called Agaricus Bio. You'll notice that we have 2 different supplements that were mushroom complexes. This is also a mushroom complex. It's actually sourced from the Agaricus blase muril mushroom, and it is also immune boosting.
Another thing that is not terribly uncommon is I got on a high quality probiotic. The more strains of bacteria, the better, the more effective. We found out that 80% of the body's immune system is in the gut. Many of the natural books that we read dealt with healing your gut, which would obviously heal and strengthen your immune system. So a high quality probiotic was a big deal.
The next thing that I did a lot of research on was something called Isiac tea. And this is actually an old Ojibwe recipe and has been used for helping with many different ailments, one of those being cancer. And so the herbs that are in that is turkey rhubarb, burdock root, sheep's sorrel, and slippery elm. And yes, those all sound crazy, but that's really what's in it. And it is a potent and powerful combination of herbs. They are really good for a couple of different things. Powerful for detoxification. So that was really important with him being on chemotherapy, and also, again, for immune boosting.
So I'll bring up the last 2 we have written down, and the first one was just frankincense essential oil, just finding the highest, purest grade that we could. It's from the Boswellia plant. It's obviously been used all throughout history for its healing properties. It traded more valuable than gold and many other things in the ancient day. And the final thing I want to mention too, and attest to it personally, is getting acupuncture treatment. So there is and my acupuncturist wouldn't say this or claim any cures. You know, she was very by the book, but she put me on what she called maybe like an immunity detox protocol. Come to find out later, it actually was a Chinese medication brain tumor protocol. And every week I was on chemotherapy, I went twice a week, and the off weeks I was once a week. And when I wouldn't go, I would notice something was wrong. My body wasn't feeling as good, and then it would hit me. Oh man, I missed my acupuncture treatment, and it made a huge effect in how I felt and how I slept, which was always extremely important too, to get enough sleep.
Those are all the things that we did while he was going through conventional treatment, and also for many years afterwards. Aaron is currently coming up on, in about 6 months, he will be coming up on his 10-year anniversary. So 10 years cancer-free, yeah, and doing amazingly well. No health issues at this point, and no health issues in the future. So hopefully this helps you guys out.
Thanks.